And we are live, I believe. Why do I always get the notification so late? Did you get it?
Nah.
Then are we really live? Let me check again. Oh, there we go. Now I got it. Where's I am him? Thing hasn't officially started. Is your volume down? Hasn't officially started until the dab comes in. All right, while we wait for everyone to come in, let's go ahead and get started with the games of the week. Well, first of all, my name is G.
I'm Javon.
And this
is Console Babble.
Console Babble, yes it is. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our games of the week. Get that game of the week music. Yeah, all right, first one we got is Dead Cells Return to Castlevania. Go ahead and hit play on that. All right, there we go. And this is coming out March 6th. This will be on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the Switch, and the PC. So they didn't bother making this for the current gen. So if you got the old gen, there you go. Finally got a game that's only available on your console. This is coming March 6th. Go ahead with the next one.
Next game coming is going to be Outlanders, which is coming exclusively to PC on March 7th.
March 7th, day right afterwards. I thought it was going to have something to do with the TV show, Outlander.
I've never seen it.
No, you never seen it? You're not missing anything.
Nah.
I'm just kidding. No, it's a good show. Anyway, this has nothing to do with that show. This is just a typical PC type game. All right, let's go ahead and into our next one. The next game we got is Clash Artifacts of Chaos, and this is coming out for the PlayStation 5. There we go, some current gen stuff. Xbox Series X and X. It is also available on the previous gen for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and it's available on the PC, and this will be available on March 9th. Let's go ahead with the next one.
Next we have Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on March 9th.
March 9th. Now, hold on. This game, when I usually look up the trailers, I line all this up. When I went to go look up the game trailers for this, I kept seeing like full, like 6-hour videos of like the full gameplay. So I'm like, how is there a full gameplay video of this thing? And it says it was posted like 2 years ago, like all the videos. So anyway, I clicked on one of the videos to see what was going on. The first comment said like, finally, this game is coming to the US from Japan. So I guess it was released exclusive. It was exclusively in Japan
so
2 years ago.
Finally getting a domestic release.
Right, so 2 years later. So if this is something you've been eyeballing, you probably already watched all the walkthrough videos on YouTube. But now you can play it yourself. This is coming again March 9th, right? March 9th. All right, let's go ahead into the next one. Ib. This is called Ib. It's coming exclusively for the Switch. And this is also going to be available March 9th. I'll let this one play for a few more seconds so you can get an idea of the gameplay type. There you go. Ib coming to the Switch March 9th. Go ahead. Next one.
Interesting. No by Heart coming to Switch exclusively on March 9th as well.
There you go. 2 Switch exclusives in a row coming this week. Trying to see what the gameplay is for this one. Maybe puzzles. All right, let's go ahead into the next one. Monster Energy Cross 6. Energy Supercross. I'm sorry. Monster Energy Supercross 6 And this is coming out for the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X and S, the PlayStation 4, and the Xbox One and PC. And this will be available also on March 9th. A lot of stuff coming out on the 9th. All right, go ahead to the next one.
Next, we have Oni Road to Be the Mightiest Oni, which is also coming to PlayStation 5 and 4, Switch, PC, no Xbox. And that is March 9th.
March 9th. Oh, they're all coming out on the 9th. All right. Next one we got is Session Skate Sim. This is exclusively for the Switch. Again, a lot of Switch exclusives this week. And it is coming out also on March 9th. There you go. Session Skate Sim. And then last game coming out this week.
It's going to be DC's Justice League Cosmic Chaos. Coming to PS5, Xbox Series S and X, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on March 10th.
All the consoles. And this one's coming out March 10th. There you go. Had to get to those really quickly. Those are the games you're coming out this week. If any of these look interesting, we don't do full coverage. Just go ahead and look them up on YouTube. All right, let's get into our first topic of the week. And this is a big one when I heard about it. Now, we've been covering the Microsoft acquiring Activision thing. Matter of fact, we have another story related to this acquisition later on. But basically, a lot's been going on. And Xbox has been trying to acquire Activision for how long now?
Like a year and a half.
A year and a half? It's been a while. It's a lot longer than it usually is. And PlayStation's been trying to block them along with Google and Amazon, and a few other people have jumped in. I think even FTC, right? Themselves?
Yeah.
Try to... Oh, no, they're just auditing them, I think. But anyway, they've been getting a lot of resistance. And I guess PlayStation sees that they're not giving up and they're still going to try to acquire it. So their response instead is, if they buy Activision, then we're going to buy Take-Two. And for those of you who don't know, Take-Two is the company that owns Rockstar Games, who makes, GTA, Red Dead Redemption. What else? Bully?
LA
Noir.
I mean, the most notable games are going to be
Red Dead
Redemption and Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be huge. I mean, if because GTA has always been on all platforms, so and they've been working on GTA 6 for a while. So if they go ahead and purchase Take-Two, make it exclusive, that means when GTA 6 comes out, it's going to be PlayStation exclusive. I don't know how fast that's going to happen. But yeah, what do you think about this move from PlayStation?
Does
it make sense? Do you think it's a good idea? Are you against it?
I guess it's a good move.
Business move.
We don't really know if it's true or not yet.
Right.
Just the analysts are saying that that's
right.
something that they may be planning.
Right. Yeah. This is nothing announced by Sony or anything like that.
But if Xbox has Call of Duty, which technically they're not really making exclusive, so
at least for 10 years.
If Sony were to acquire Take-Two, they would have exclusive rights to other things too, like the 2K.
Oh my God.
Basketball game.
Actually, that's much bigger than Grand Theft Auto. I know Grand Theft Auto is a much bigger game, but they don't release, like, a Call of Duty game comes out every year.
Yeah.
A Grand Theft Auto game comes out. What was the last one we had? 2013. We've been getting a bunch of remasters.
Yeah. But I mean, Grand Theft Auto still makes more than the 2K sports games.
You think so?
And it's, yeah.
Oh no, with the 2K, yeah, but I think if they're just with Grand Theft Auto alone, do you think they're going to make more money than they would with Call of Duty?
I don't know. But I mean, if you look at the top selling games list, Grand Theft Auto 5 is always on there.
Yeah.
Always. And it's been on there since the PS3.
And the GTA Online continually makes money.
So it's like it's a very lucrative thing. It's not something that they would acquire and we make this game and it gets released and we make money off of it for maybe a year or two and then we gotta wait until the next one comes out to build up steam. Nah, GTA is a cash cow just as much as Call of Duty is. The only difference is if they make it exclusive, then it's only making money on PlayStation, whereas Call of Duty is going to be making money on Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation,
Nvidia, which I guess is just PC.
Pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
So in the long run, it just depends on what PlayStation ends up doing with it. So that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I forgot about the 2K games because those are pretty popular too. I don't know if they're as popular as Call of Duty, but most like casual gamers, if they don't play like all the games that come out, they play NBA 2K, Madden, and Call of Duty. Like those are like the games you'll definitely see on their shelf. You know, you may not see basis. Right. You may not see like The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, but you're definitely gonna see, if it's a casual gamer, you're gonna see Madden, 2K, and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
What is Madden?
Football.
I know that's EA though, right?
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do
with
Activision
they're not under Take-Two.
Okay. Well, they got one of the three if they get Take-Two. But who knows? What does it say? Now filing against the $69 billion acquisition. Okay, I was wondering how much do you think GTA is worth? If Activision is worth $69 billion, what is Take-Two worth? I would assume more, right?
Nah, I don't think Take-Two is more than Activision.
Really?
They would be up there, but I don't think they would be that much.
So maybe about the same, about $70 billion to acquire.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I can never tell. These numbers seem crazy.
I didn't think Activision was worth that much. So,
and it seems like every time we hear about a new acquisition, the number gets higher. Didn't they buy Instagram? Facebook bought Instagram for like $1 billion. And then you hear about new acquisitions, and it's like 10 billion, then gets into 20 billion. And when I heard they were selling Spider-Man, well, there was talks about selling Spider-Man to Disney. They wanted like 90 billion for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess the numbers just keep getting higher and higher. But anyway, yeah, this would be huge if it does happen. I think I'm kind of with Phil Spencer, where if games are on more consoles, it's better. It happens a lot with like when I played Uncharted or I played The Last of Us. I'm like, you got to play this game. It's really good. They're like, oh, I got an Xbox.
Yeah.
I was like, now I got to convince them to buy a PlayStation, you know?
Yeah.
Or got to let them borrow mine or whatever. You know, it's better if it's a good game. I think everybody should experience it. I understand from the business end, like you got to have exclusives in order to sell your console and stuff like that. But just as a general rule, I think it's better if the game is available in more places.
Yeah, I think it's good that way if it's a third party developer. That it should be, accessible on a lot of platforms and not just one. On one hand, it not being exclusive allows it to be in the hands of more gamers that may have chose a different console. But on the other hand, it being exclusive drives more competition. So it's a double-edged sword, in my opinion. And on one hand, I do like exclusives. On the other hand, I don't, because I do want other people to be able to play the same game that I'm playing, especially if it's a multiplayer game. Because the whole crossplay thing is cool. Like, if my friend's on Xbox and I'm playing this game on PlayStation, I want to be able to play with my friend.
And that's become more universal now. It's kind of expected. Whereas before it was like, whoa, crossplay. Yeah. Cross-platform.
So I would say more so with multiplayer games. Exclusivity it hurts it.
You gotta give credit to Fortnite for that though.
Yeah, I guess.
Fortnite started the cross-platform multiplayer thing. After they did it, it seemed to like set a new standard. Because I know it existed.
Yeah, I'd have to look into that. I don't know if Fortnite started that, but they were definitely a big proponent of it.
Yeah, because their game was so popular.
Yeah.
Like I know there was other games that have done it before. I think it was like an EA game. Maybe it was like The Sims but it wasn't as big, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's all we got for this story. Yeah. The next GTA game could be a PlayStation exclusive. What's up, Brian, man? Thanks for joining us. Hey, y'all, say something in the chat so I can shout you out. I see we got like 5 people here. The chat's a little quiet today.
It's dry.
Yeah. Where's I am him with the dab? That's why we need that dab to get
Probably
the conversation
sleep.
going. It's 10 o'clock. The night is young. All right. This one I got really excited about when you added this one. It says that EA is reportedly polling fans on Dead Space 2 and 3. So since I started the Dead Space remake, I was really enjoying it. So every time I would turn off the game, I would get on like YouTube or Google and just type in like Dead Space 2 remake to see if they had announced anything. And like nothing came up. There were some videos on YouTube, but they were like speculating, like should they, would they? Then you sent me this. Scroll down a little bit. Yeah, click on the images there. So they sent out a poll to certain people. Man, I was desperately looking for this poll. I'm like, I want to fill it out. I want to let them know to make it. And then I was glad that they chose extremely interested. I'm like, I hope everyone chooses extremely interested. Yeah. And then, there's 2 different images. Yeah, would you be interested in a similar remake for Dead Space 2? I definitely would have put extremely interested. And then they asked the same for 3. I know 3 got like terrible reception, but I never got to play it. So, whatever. I would like to get a chance to play it. So I would have put extremely interested as well. How do you feel about 3? Did you ever play it?
Never played it. And from what I've heard, it's only playable if you have somebody else to play with.
It's like a co-op game?
It's strictly co-op. So
I think I saw a comment like that. They were like, as long as they remove that feature, then it should be a decent game.
Yeah, so
it's kind of like what's that co-op game? Like It Takes Two. Or what's the other one? A Way Out.
Yeah, games like that. So in that aspect, I probably never would have ended up playing it. I probably would have stopped at 2, and that would have been it for me.
Okay, I stopped at 2, and I never played 3 because I couldn't beat 2, and that made me really mad. I didn't want to move on to 3, knowing I didn't beat 2.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. I'm good. I think I've gotten better at games since then, and now I could beat 2. This will be finally
2 is definitely
check off that box.
I think 2 is more of the an action game than Dead Space 1 was, as far as how much you could do in the game compared to as far as combat compared to Dead Space 1.
I got stuck on the final boss, and it wasn't because I couldn't beat him. It's because I didn't have enough supplies. And the load point, I had like 1 buy station left, but I had already wasted like all my ammo. I didn't have a lot of money left to buy much, so I could buy like maybe like 2 extra pieces of ammo. And there's like a hallway leading to the boss where like every type of monster you've ever encountered kind of pops out at you as you go down this hall. And I would run out of ammo going down that hall. So by the time I reached the boss, I maybe had like 2 or 3 bullets left in 1 gun, and then I would just die. And there's nothing I could do. Like I couldn't go back further than that because that was my last like load, my last save. So my only option was to like play the whole game over again, and this time like conserve my ammo so when I get there I'm not stuck like that. And I didn't feel like doing that. You got all the way to the final boss. You don't want to start the whole game over again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was trying to see if I could go back 1 level or 1 chapter or whatever. There's no way to do it.
Wow.
So I said, let me just leave it. I'll come back in a few years, and maybe then I won't be as frustrated, and I'll be willing to play the whole game again. But PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and I still haven't gone back to play it. Now that the remake is coming out, I'm like, okay, there you go. Now I'll finally play the whole game over again. But you beat 2?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, the only one I ever beat was Dead Space 1. I played 2, but I never beat it.
Okay.
So,
well then, so are you interested in the remake then?
of course.
Okay. Yeah, this guy. hopefully a lot of people say they are excited. The fact that they're even doing a poll means they're already like considering it.
Well, yeah, because the remake was so popular.
Yeah,
and of course it would be. It's now rated as one of the highest rated remakes as far as up there with Resident Evil 2 remake
and about to be Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, 7 remake. So it's doing really well, and it's very popular.
Is The Last of Us like a? I thought it was well done, or do people not consider it a remake?
I don't know. Me personally, I consider Last of Us a remaster.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Apparently, the gun mechanics and sounds and stuff like that have been changed.
It's just that like with The Last of Us Part 1, there's not much of a gap as far as like I guess the amount of time that the game was out versus when they redid it.
Right.
So like as far as like the Resident Evil 2 remake, that was from freaking PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 4. So that was a huge gap.
Yeah.
And you really feel like it was remade and not, just we got a fresh coat of paint on it.
Right.
There was a lot of mechanics and stuff that were changed and
with the Dead Space, when you see them side by side, you're like, oh, I didn't know the graphics look like that. Yeah. Like in your head, it looks the way it looks on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I remember it looking like this until you see the side by side and you're like, man, that's
exactly
a lot of polygons.
Yeah. So I don't know. But yeah, looking forward to it if, it ends up becoming real, which I'm pretty sure it will. So that'll be awesome.
Fingers crossed. All right, let's go ahead to the next one.
Oh, shout out to Beans in the chat.
Another big game, probably way more anticipated than Dead Space 2 and 3 remake.
On the Microsoft side, anyway.
Yes, yeah. Starfield. And, this was supposed to have come out already. If you scroll down a little bit, it says delayed to the first half of 2023 alongside Arcane's Redfall. The latter game has now been confirmed. What are they talking about? Arcane. For May 22nd. Hold on. Originally scheduled to launch November 11th, 2022. So it was supposed to come out last year on the 11th anniversary release of Elder Scrolls. Bethesda Games best. Okay. Starfield, however, has been delayed to the first half of 2023. So that means it should be out by June, right? First half, anytime before June, up to June. What's up? There we go. Beans. Here we go. I guess Beans is the new dab. Is it darker in the room? Is it? We got the same lighting. I hope not.
No, I'm just wearing a darker shirt.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Or maybe, hold on one second. Let me try something real quick. Let me know how this camera angle looks if I scoot this forward a bit. Is that okay? Oh. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Now I wonder if that changes the lighting. Is that better? I think he was right because I had the light pushed back from the last episode when I twisted it towards me.
Oh, and yeah.
All right. Thanks. Thanks. I was gonna call him Beans. Might as well call him Beans. Thanks, Dowsa. All right. But yeah, so we had, I guess, up until June, which isn't really that much longer.
Yeah.
So for those of you looking forward to this, oh, by the way, what's going on here? What is the story here?
That the showcase is rumored to be next week.
Okay. Yeah, so you're getting closer. So they're probably going to start their advertising campaign. Marketing campaign. And the closer you get, the more trailers you're going to get, the more this is going to start showing up on every, what do they call it? Microsoft Direct? Developer Direct. They call it Developer Direct.
Yeah.
Every Developer Direct, this is going to show up on, as well as any other game announcement thing. They're going to keep showing a new gameplay trailer, a new story trailer, a new whatever, up until the release date. So, yeah, for those of you looking forward to, I know my friend Hamza when I asked him when I first started this channel, I was trying to get an idea of what we should talk about. I asked him what's your most anticipated game, and he said Starfield. So Hamza, if you're watching this, there you go. It's coming out very soon. Get your hands on it. But this is on Xbox. He's got a PlayStation.
Hey,
better get yourself an Xbox. You got up until June. All right, let's go ahead to the next one.
Well, you got after that too. I mean, the game gonna come out. It ain't going nowhere.
That's true. Yeah, once it's out, it's out. It comes out June, then that's it. You can't buy it.
G trying to hit you with that FOMO, that fear of missing out.
All right, Elden Ring fans, if you guys have played this game and beat it 100 times, which I doubt, I heard it takes up to 300 hours to beat it. That's like the shortest time.
Yeah, and that's just probably the main campaign.
Yeah, that's just like
all the in-game content, that optional side stuff.
Yeah,
there's over 100 unique bosses. So yeah, I doubt it.
Well, anyway, it's not enough. It's not enough for some people because there's a DLC coming out. They're gonna give you even more gameplay. This is called Shadow of the Erdtree.
Yeah,
it's under development. Let me read this quote. I like this quote a lot. Shadow of the Erdtree for Elden Ring is under development. The follow-up report is still a little ahead, but I would appreciate it if you could look forward to it. I like how they politely ask you to be excited about this. Yeah. I would appreciate it if you looked forward to this.
They ain't got to even request that. There's so many Elden Ring fans out there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Hey, guys, in the chat, I would appreciate if you looked forward to our episode next week.
Yeah.
We'll be back here with another episode, and I would appreciate it if you could look forward to that.
All one of you. However, it's only like probably one person left now.
That's right. They'll see the recording. All right. Let's go ahead into the next one. That was just a little DLC announcement. Luminous Productions. You want to go ahead and tell them about this one?
Sure. So, Luminous Productions is the studio that was behind Final Fantasy 15 and Forspoken, the recent train wreck that came out.
It wasn't that bad. I think it got like 7s. 7 is not like a flop.
Look, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna be the devil of this episode. This game was terrible.
Hey, look, 70. A 70 is like a C. Like if you were in school, right?
Yeah.
Is that a C or is that a D?
Participation trophy. Why not? Well, the game underperformed under expectations as far as like sales.
Projected stuff.
Yeah, for what Square Enix was expecting. There was a lot of budget behind the game, although some people would say it didn't look like it. But yeah, because of this, this was kind of like Luminous Productions, I guess, the last shot to prove themselves. And I guess it didn't go well because now they're being folded into Square Enix as basically just Square Enix employees. So they will no longer be known as Luminous Productions. Luminous Productions was basically not going to exist.
So it's being
going forward.
Dissolved and
yeah. And they're just being added, kind of like how Activision does with all their Call of Duty studios, where they got all those studios under Activision. Even though they kind of still have their identity as Sledgehammer Games and
right.
Treyarch. So
Activision,
maybe
Treyarch.
Luminous is still going to be known as Luminous, but they're just going to... But, I mean, they were already under Square Enix, so that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because it says they're merging with Square Enix, so... Anyway, they're no longer going to be an independent studio. They're going to be Square Enix lackeys.
Well, I watched some of the reviews for Forspoken, and one of the biggest complaints was like performance issues, and that's one of the things they said they're going to address in the update. So it says, we are currently working on the previously announced patch to address overall game performance. We will deliver an update soon, and the DLC in Tanta We Trust is on track for release. So they mentioned the DLC, but they also talk about the fact that they're working on the overall game performance. So a lot of people weren't really, they said the gameplay was fun, and the bracelet talking was annoying, and a lot of the dialogue was a bit too much. But I mean, the gameplay they said was fun. And the biggest complaint was the performance stuff. And was that mostly on the PC end, or was that on consoles as well?
I think it was on all platforms, honestly. But there has been a lot of games recently where they've been saying that as far as like PlayStation versus Xbox, that for some reason a lot of the games that have been coming out have been performing better on PlayStation than they have been on Xbox.
Well, we might see why in just a few. We got to... There's a topic coming up.
Oh.
It might reveal why.
Please do share.
All right, we got another apology announcement.
Oh, no.
Let's go to Telltale now.
These developers, terrible.
Yeah. All right, I'll read this one since you read the last one. An important update from The Wolf Among Us 2. We've made the difficult decision to delay The Wolf Among Us 2 out of 2023. We know it's frustrating to hear. We started work on this in 2020. We're still determined to tell the ongoing story of Bigby and the rest of the Fabletown gang. However, it's going to require more time. As disappointed as you are hearing this, we feel worse having to say it. But the work continues. We're committed to delivering the sequel fans deserve and doing what's right for the game while protecting the health of our team. We appreciate your patience and understanding. The Telltale team. So, yeah, The Wolf Among Us has been delayed. The Wolf Among Us 2 has been delayed once again. And it seems like it's development, but also they're trying to avoid crunch, which I know is a big deal
in the gaming industry.
Every time. Huge. Hey, there we go. The dab. The guys, the podcast has officially started. Here we go. That was just the warm up. All right, now welcome to Console Babble. My name is G.
I'm Javon. And this
is Console Babble. There we go. Thank you, I am him, for joining us.
Dalsum says he swears he hasn't heard of a Telltale game in like 3 or 4 years, maybe more.
I know. When they did The Walking Dead, it was like The Walking Dead, Batman, like all these games. They just like, it kept coming. And they seemed like they were easy enough to make. The game engine seemed simple enough. The gameplay was simple enough. So it seemed like they could just, then all of a sudden it's just like nothing.
But that's because their studio went through a huge kind of like layoff thing where it almost seemed like Telltale was going to be like finished and done.
Right. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was in the news a lot.
And then they recently had resurfaced out of nowhere back in 2020, like they were saying, where they announced that they were working on The Wolf Among Us 2.
A lot of that was happening while they were doing the Batman game.
Yeah.
They were going through that at the same time. And I remember I think it was on PlayStation Plus. So I downloaded it and I was like, oh, this looks really fun. And I was ready to play it. And then it was just like, it was really buggy.
Yeah.
Like I would play a certain section and then I would save it and then I would come back to continue and it wouldn't remember my choices, or it would have, how they do like the previously on?
Yeah.
It was like showing me stuff that I didn't choose. So I was like, what the heck happened? So I played that whole section over again, made like the same choices and everything, and then went into the second one. And it just kept like losing my data, like mixing things up. And I replayed the first chapter like 3 times and I just got frustrated and I stopped playing the game. And then I went online, I was trying to figure out like what's going on. And everybody was saying that they have the same issue on the PlayStation. At that time, it was a PlayStation 4. Come to find out, I think when they were going through whatever changes they were going through, they were pulling people off the team little by little.
Yeah.
And so every episode had less and less people working on it. And it got to the point where it was just like a handful of people. And they were basically telling them like, just go ahead and wrap this thing up. Let's just go ahead and finish this.
Yeah.
So they didn't get to like perfect it and finish it the way they want to. So I'm sure, I don't know how the story ends. I started off really good, but the way it was described, like it fizzled out. I don't know if the story fizzles out the same way as like the team slowly fizzled out.
That's
or
a good
what?
question. I never finished the Batman.
Did you experience any of those issues?
No, Well, not that I remember anyway. But it was kind of like that last game that I played as far as the Batman on PlayStation Plus. I played like maybe the first part of it, and I ended up playing something else, and I just got kind of pushed to the side. So I didn't really get to see all that stuff or experience any of that. But yeah, hopefully with this one, welcome Golden Kid. Hopefully with this one, with the Wolf Among Us 2, that it'll be like a return to form for them. Right. And comeback. I've got to play the Wolf Among Us as far as the first one, because I didn't even play that, but that was one of their critically acclaimed titles that they came out with. I think it was one of the first ones.
I haven't even played The Walking Dead. I know that's one of their. That's what put them in their claim to fame, I guess.
Yeah, that was a good game. I like their adaptation of it. And they have it as a collection now, I believe, where it's all of the chapters.
I think I played episode 1, and then when I saw they were broken up into a bunch of chapters, that's when I stopped playing it. I think I was waiting for them to just finish up so I can. Yeah. That's the same way I wanted to binge play it. you know, I didn't want to play one episode at a time. So yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with this. I always see a delay as a good thing. Of course, it sucks that it's being delayed, but that means that they're not rushing out, something mediocre. They want to, and they're worried about their workers' mental health. They're not putting the team through crunch.
That's right.
Every time you hear of a great game like LA Noire, when that game came out, it was pretty good, and there was all kinds of complaints about crunch. The Last of Us 2, which I heard that's why they leaked that terrible leak.
Oh, yeah.
It was some disgruntled employee, maybe because of crunch, So that always happens. Every time you see a great game, it's always like a bunch of people have to suffer and get divorced and do all kinds of stuff just for you to play this game for 3 days and say, hey, when does the next one come out?
It's crazy, though. To me, it kind of feels like that kind of is like expected as far as game development. You would think that, by the time you start getting close to the end and you got to start wrapping things up to get the game out the way you want it to, I feel like there's always going to be some kind of crunch because it's like, oh man, things are coming down to the wire. We got to, hurry up and get these bugs cleaned up. We got to get this game
And there's
polished.
A lot going on. There's like press events.
Yeah.
There's like, it's not just the game development. It's also all the marketing.
Yeah.
So you have to have maybe a demo playable by a certain time, or at least like a cinematic trailer, which takes away from the game development, or you have to have like a gameplay trailer where you have to show something that's working. So there's a lot of different deadlines they have to meet. What was that game? That I was playing, and then in the credits, it was just a bunch of people like thanking their wives. It wasn't Dead Space. Oh, it was Callisto Protocol. Yeah, I played Callisto Protocol. If you play Callisto Protocol,
the credits.
You watch the credits. There's a certain part where it's like, this game is dedicated to my beautiful wife, Emily, blah blah. And then it's
I've seen that in a lot.
And then it's like
games.
A whole section, like is like this dedicated to my wife. One of them was like, this dedicated to my husband. I'm like, oh, there's a woman on the team.
Well, of course. Men aren't the only ones that make games.
Yeah. But yeah, dedicated to my children, blah blah blah. Basically, all the people who put up with them being gone, maybe for days at a time, weeks, while they worked on this game. Because I heard it's pretty common to just sleep in the office, wake up, and continue working on a game.
Yeah. And I'll put out a fun fact. God of War.
Hey, Spicy Curry, what's up, man?
God of War Ragnarok's lead combat designer is a woman.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Does she do the choreography, or she's the animation, or what part?
Animations and stuff like that. But also, of course, the lead people have like a team that works under them.
Yeah.
But they're like responsible for what goes in there as far as like
and the final
how
product.
The moves look and the creativity of the moves, the ideas, all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's pretty cool. I wonder if she has any kind of background in martial arts or anything.
I don't know.
That would help.
I just noticed that when I was watching like the behind the scenes.
Oh, okay.
Santa Monica Studios always does like a behind the scenes for God of War.
They did a whole there's a whole playlist on the PlayStation channel of just like the sound, the animation, the story, the soundtrack.
I really like that. I like seeing like what goes into the game.
Yeah, I love those. And then it gives us little interesting things to mention on this show.
Yeah.
Like you just did.
Exactly. Next time.
right, this one Javon's gonna read for us. Javon, go ahead, read this next topic for us.
I gotta read.
Yeah, there you go.
Man, oh man, something about a new tofu cell and.
I mean, how's your Japanese? You're reading it right now?
What is this? I see PlayStation 5.
PlayStation 5. They did
Final Fantasy 16.
RPG.
I can read some of these words.
This right here before the RPG, that's the Japanese symbol for J. JRPG. All right, let's go to the next tab. We'll give you the translation since Javon forgot how to read Japanese.
Yeah, I skipped a couple of classes.
All right, this was pretty interesting. So they're doing an interview with Yoshida, who is Yoshida?
He's the GOAT. No.
Okay, that's all you need to know. He's the GOAT. So the GOAT says, now who is Yoshida?
He is the basically the lead on Final Fantasy 16, and he's also the one who made Final Fantasy 14 the greatest Final Fantasy game on the planet Earth, and it's an MMO RPG.
All right, let's do some acting right here. I'll be the interviewer, and you be Yoshida. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Regarding the PC version of Final Fantasy 16, during a broadcast, your comments became a topic of discussion. Please, could you tell us again?
Firstly, for Final Fantasy 16, due to the timed exclusivity contract with SIE, we cannot release other platforms' versions for 6 months after the PS5 version is released. I suspect many people probably don't know why we enter such contracts.
That was a Japanese accent?
No. I'm his translator.
Oh, that's the American guy doing.
Yeah.
I guess the British guy doing the voiceover. Okay. From the player's perspective, I think they perceive it as something like it is for the hardware manufacturer to sell its own hardware during the contract period.
Of course. I think there's also that kind of intention on the hardware manufacturer's part. However, from our point of view, the technical support we receive from the hardware manufacturer is a big factor to signing such contracts. This time, there was a portion where we were developing together with SIE engineers who know the hardware thoroughly down to the core, and we received generous support and optimization that we could not manage on our own, and so on. Also, by not developing on the premise of multiple platforms, we could invest more man-hours into things such as building the game and optimization. In addition, we can also do promotions together globally that make me wonder, how much would this be if it was converted to money? Technological and promotional support are things we would like to receive if we can receive them.
All right, thank you. Very good, very good.
Yes.
We've been doing it. He's asking, are you going to do it? I've been doing it, man.
What is this question? I see this question all the time.
Something about the podcast. He wants to know if we're going to do the podcast as we're doing the podcast. Man, you don't know me, man. You don't know me. I'm going to do it. All right, thank you. What we want to take away from this is that the Final Fantasy 16 is an exclusive with PlayStation 5. Of course, we all know when things go exclusive, it's so that the PlayStation can sell more, so Sony could sell more PlayStations. But another interesting thing here that you may not have thought of is they're not just paying them. The incentive from the developer side to be exclusive is not just here, take this $1 million or whatever the amount is and stay with us for 6 months or a year or whatever. It's also
$1 million.
Yeah. It's also, hey, we're going to help you optimize this game. We know our hardware well. It's good for the developer because they could just focus, like he said, on, you don't have to like make sure it runs well on Xbox, make sure it runs smooth on the Switch and have like some Switch version of it, a PC version. They just say, okay, let's just make the best, most optimized version for PlayStation 5. They're going to take care of the marketing. There's experts who know exactly how to optimize this. This is why like a Naughty Dog game will always really show what the console,
showcase the console,
right? What its full potential is. because they're already exclusive. So they're going to have all the same perks that he's getting by doing an exclusive, even if it's a timed exclusive with Sony. Then when those 6 months are up, or during those 6 months after the release, during those 6 months, now they can start working on the Xbox version of it, the PC version, the I don't know if there's going to be a Switch version.
No,
but
definitely not. No.
But the other versions of it. So anyway, I thought that was pretty interesting, and it makes sense from a developer side, because you think a developer would just want to be multi-platform because it would sell more. So I was like, they must be paying them a hefty amount, but maybe it doesn't have to be so hefty. Maybe they pay them a little, and they have other non-monetary incentives.
Yeah, because some of the things that wasn't in this article particularly, but Yoshida did say that it not only does it help them with development of the game, but it relieves stress off of the team so that they can do more with the game, and they're not, oh, well, we don't have as much manpower, so we got to do as much as we can with this, and we can't really divert manpower to do more with this. Mm-hmm. So with them getting co-production help from Sony, it helps them to make the game better than what it would have been. So the game ends up becoming better because of the fact that it's exclusive, because they get that extra help.
Yeah.
So,
and how much better, you may ask? Let's go to the next tab. If you are waiting that 6 months to just play it on PC, it says Final Fantasy producer Yoshida said that the Final Fantasy 16 was optimized for PS5, like he mentioned, through their exclusivity deal, with technical support from Sony Interactive Entertainment. And at present, it would take roughly a $2,000 PC to be able to have similar experience on PC. So there you go. That's how big of a difference it made. In order to get the equivalent experience, you got a PS5, you got a PC right here. You need at least a $2,000 PC, which isn't super expensive in the PC world, but compared to a $500 PS5, you're getting the same experience for a quarter of the price. So,
and that's not to say that the game wouldn't run. It's just saying in order to get that polished experience that you would get on the PS5,
basically
it'd have to be.
If you have a $500 PC, you're not going to get the same experience as you did on a $500 PS5.
And they're talking to you, Dowsif.
And also, remember there was confusion about, it's going to be available 6 months later?
Yeah.
That's probably where it came from. Because they have a timed exclusive deal for 6 months, but that doesn't mean as soon as the exclusive deal is up, it's going to be available on.
Yeah, no.
That just means they have to stay only exclusively on PlayStation for 6 months. Then after that 6 months, they have the ability to release it on other consoles, but that doesn't mean that's the date that's going to be available on other consoles. And
that also doesn't mean that they would decide to actually do that.
Yeah, if they decide to, they can. Yeah.
Well, if anything, we'll definitely see it on PC. But as we saw with Final Fantasy VII Remake, it only came to PC after PS5, and that was it.
And, PlayStation might be paying them extra money to not be on Xbox, so they might be receiving a second check.
Yes, which we will bring up in another topic.
All right, let's go ahead to the next topic. I think it's this one right here, isn't it? It is.
Oh, what's this?
Very convenient.
Are we being sued?
This is the Federal Trade Commission.
Man.
Remember, I love a good old FTC document.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't had one of these in a while.
We like diving through those court documents.
Yes, and we will. We got 8 pages to go through here.
Oh, man.
So let's.
What's on the docket today?
The docket number 9,412. Order on motion of Sony Interactive Entertainment LLC to quash or limit subpoena Duce Tecum.
Oh man!
What is that? Deuces? What is? Do you know this word? I'm not familiar with it.
I would like to omit myself from the reading of this document.
It's a lot of legal jargon. You know what? I have a lawyer friend. I should have invited him on, just as our expert.
Yeah.
All right, there's going to be a lot of lingo in here. Go ahead and scroll down.
Well, basically, we're gonna just summarize this.
No, we're gonna read the whole thing to you.
Oh no!
Just get a drink, get some popcorn, just hang in there with us. We're gonna read this whole thing, and then we'll tell you what it means. Now, go ahead, give them the summary.
So I think we can kind of get a lot of it in the. Let me see, probably under that first, that I or the one or whatever that is.
The complaint is this matter alleges that Microsoft, maybe this whole part right here. Scroll up a little bit.
And Square, no, not right Square. Sony Interactive Entertainment control the market for high-performance video game consoles, and the Microsoft proposed acquisition of video game developer and publisher acquisition Blizzard Inc. would give Microsoft the ability to an incentive to withhold or degrade Activision's content in ways that substantially lessen competition in the alleged relevant markets.
So they're basically saying that there's only two, what do they call it? How do they word it here? High performance consoles. That's the word they use.
Yeah.
They're the only high performance console. They're not considering Nintendo Switch competition.
No.
So to them, the only competition is the Xbox. And they're saying if it's one of two and you got Call of Duty, then there's no competition anymore.
Right.
Yeah. So in response, I think this is just to get you caught up. In response, Xbox says, "Oh yeah, well why don't you show us what you've been up to?
Yeah.
You've been paying for all these exclusives. How much you've been paying for the exclusives?" And then Sony's like, "Oh come on, don't be ridiculous. This is confidential information."
And who you been paying?
Yeah, who you been paying? And they're like, hey, this is confidential information. Of course, they like handed them to the subpoena. They said, nah, this is what's the legal word for it? You scroll too fast. Where? Go back up.
In her defense, she doesn't know what she's looking for.
I'm not going to find
Scroll it. Scroll too fast for what? What am I looking for?
Granted in part, denied in part. Basically they objected. Let's just use that word. Objection.
Yeah.
What's the word they kept using in that one trial? Hearsay. Objection. Hearsay. So that's what they did. And the judge said no. Granted, you got to show them. So now what we're about to see very soon. This just happened.
Ooh,
this is February 3rd. It's February 4th right now. So this is very recent.
February 4th. Don't you mean
March? It's March 4th. Oh yeah. So this is. Man, I forgot what month we were in. All right. I'm like, this just happened yesterday. All right. Giving you the most current news. All right. This whatever. It happened a month ago. Yesterday. It's all the same thing. Last day. Last month. All right. Point is, it happened February 3rd, and now Sony's gonna have to provide these documents. They tried to object, and they said nope, you got to show it. So pretty soon we're gonna get a pretty interesting list
of Sony's backdoor shady deals
that
they've been having against Microsoft to get the one up.
And it would be interesting to see who's on that list. What games have showed up on PlayStation Plus? What games, Final Fantasy 16, have not?
Square Enix is definitely on that list. There is no way they're not on that list.
Yeah, so we're about to see who's been taking the money.
Konami's on that list. They've got to be.
With Death Stranding?
How is Silent Hill 2 exclusive to PlayStation?
Wait, Konami, that's not Death Stranding anymore. He started his own thing, Kojima.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Kojima Productions is independent. But he's also... Kojima's already said the reason why he went independent is because he doesn't want to be tied down to one studio. He wants to be able to provide his experience where he can provide it. Mm-hmm. Whoever, he feels like he could partner with on a certain project. So I don't think Kojima has any ties with that. But I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I mean, Metal Gear Solid was a Sony thing for a long time. It did end up coming out on Xbox and Nintendo and other platforms.
Yeah.
But I don't know about recently though. I don't know if Kojima would be on that list. But it's going to be interesting to see who is on that list.
Yeah.
But Square Enix for sure. I'm telling you right now, they're on there.
Pretty soon we're going to have another FTC document just like this. Go back up, scroll all the way to the top. This one says public. You see on the top right there? That's why we're able to look at it. Who knows when this list comes out? It may be private, and it may be between the companies because it is confidential information. These are contracts that were signed between Sony and whoever the other company is.
Yeah, it ain't
Xbox is asking
no more
to see it because it's relevant to this case. So who knows if they'll make that information public or not.
They about to air out the laundry.
Yeah, I mean, everything else has been getting leaked. Not all of them have been public FTC documents, but we've been getting trickles of information. Anything that happens in that courtroom, we've
been learning a lot of stuff we ain't supposed to learn about.
Yeah, a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
The business world, the shady business world. All right, let's go ahead into our next one. Now, these are a few of my favorite things. We got NPR and Shigeru Miyamoto. Now, if you don't know who Shigeru Miyamoto is, he's basically like, who's the guy who created Sonic?
I don't know.
You don't know the guy's name?
I'll tell you one thing.
All right, here's a better example.
Sonic's co-creator is officially in prison.
Yeah, he's in jail. He was, we talked about it. We talked about he got arrested for insider trading.
Well, he was officially found guilty.
Now he's guilty. Well, he just admitted it. You know, Japanese are like very honest. So they're like, did you do it? He's like, I did it. I shouldn't have done it. They're like, all right, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
There was no lying, no trying to cover it up. He was just like, yeah, you got me. I shouldn't have done that. They're putting him in jail, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, Shigeru Miyamoto is like that, except he made more than one character, and he didn't do insider trading.
Yeah.
He was more like Stan Lee, I would compare. He's like the Stan Lee of video games. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah. You could also say he pretty much carries Nintendo on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He started with the company, I believe, in the 70s, and he created such characters as Super Mario, Donkey Kong, Legend of Zelda, Star Fox. Basically, anybody who was in Super Smash Brothers, it came out of his brain. Right?
Majority of the Nintendo
all of them,
characters.
Every single one of them. All the Pokemon. He made up all the Pokemon.
Nah.
Pikachu came from. I'm just kidding. You could. That last part is not accurate, but he did come up with Mario, Donkey Kong, Legend of Zelda, Star Fox, which isn't as popular anymore. Metroid.
Yep.
Metroid. Yep. Am I forgetting something else? There was what was that guy called? Something Bazooey.
Banjo-Kazooie?
Banjo-Kazooie.
I don't think that was from him.
You don't think? I think it was.
Nah.
He used to play a banjo. He said he used to be into that. He made like a...
Well, yeah, he was into it. I don't think he created Banjo-Kazooie.
No. Let's give him credit for it anyway.
Oh, Lord.
The point is, this guy's a legend, all right? He created a lot of characters, came out. He has a whole theme park. He's kind of like Walt Disney. You can compare him to that.
I will agree to that. He is like the Walt Disney of Nintendo.
Right, and Mario is like the Mickey Mouse of Nintendo.
Yeah.
He's aged over the years, and he stayed relevant. He's the icon for Nintendo.
One could dare say Mario is
the Spider-Man.
Japan's Mickey Mouse.
Japan's Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the kind of what Marvel is, what Spider-Man is to Marvel. What? You don't like that one?
No.
All right, listen. The guy's legendary. NPR, I love NPR. I used to listen to it every morning when I was at work. I just listened to it for the first time recently because of this. I went back and listened to it the other day. But anyway, they did a little 7-minute segment. We're not going to play the 7 minutes here. He interviews Shigeru Miyamoto, talks to him about some pretty basic stuff. If you're a fan of the guy, if you're a fan of Nintendo, you don't really get anything new out of this. I think this is for like the NPR audience, like older people, mostly not gamers. They'll be like, oh, they made a mustache so you could tell where his nose ends. Oh, I didn't know that. Anyway, one of the things he asked him is like, after being there for 30 years, what's going to happen when he leaves Nintendo? And he believes that Nintendo will be just fine without him.
Of course. And
he thinks that they've created a culture, that there's a pretty good understanding of what Nintendo is, what a Nintendo game is, and that he thinks that they can continue to do that without his, without his guidance. And that's crazy that he worked on the very first Super Mario Brothers. Well, before that, the arcade games, the Donkey Kong game. There was also there was Mario Brothers, right? It was just called Mario Brothers.
I believe so.
It was like the plumbing game where you're like bumping these Koopas, and there's a POW box in the middle. Anyway, since then, since the arcade, all the way to, I think the most recent thing I've seen him in anyway, and I haven't been following Nintendo super closely lately, but the last thing I've seen him in was Breath of the Wild, where he was like explaining how they made the game and everything. So I know he was hands-on with that. Have you seen him in any like press stuff more recently? I haven't seen him in anything.
As far as like the opening of Nintendo World in California.
Oh, okay.
And that was it. Yeah, he was there like standing in front of the pipe.
Oh, okay, the green pipe. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was holding up like
this is a sewer pipe, by the way, not like a crack pipe or anything.
No drugs were involved. But yeah, he's like standing in front of it, and I think they cut like the tape or the ribbon or something like that.
Oh, the grand opening.
Yeah, and then all the people that are there for the grand opening were going in.
Man, forget the grand opening. I'd be trying to meet Miyamoto.
Yeah,
if I was standing in line.
But that's the last time I saw him in the public, public eye or whatever, was for that. Other than that, I haven't seen him doing anything else.
By the way, maybe that's why they did this segment, really, because they were talking about the theme park a lot. So now there's one in America.
Yeah,
because they had one in Japan
and California.
Okay, we got to make a trip to California.
Yeah, because man, I want to ride on that Mario Kart.
What part of California is it in?
I think it says San Diego.
Ah, now we have an excuse to go.
Huh?
Her sister lives there.
Oh,
yeah, my wife's sister lives there.
Interesting.
She'd be like, "Oh, y'all finally came to visit." I'd be like, "Nah, we're here for."
Oh wow,
we're here for Super Mario.
I mean, we were in the area.
Yeah, we came to visit you. But while we're here, you heard of that Nintendo thing? I heard it's here, right? All right. Well, Nintendo World is available in California. If we have viewers in California, you guys go check it out. If you're in the U.S., depending on what part, maybe it's worth the trip, the flight, the drive, whatever it is. It's the only one here. Maybe they'll put one in Florida, and that'll be our East Coast Nintendo.
That seems to be how it works.
Yeah,
they'll have something in California, and then Florida will have the other side of it.
Or New York.
Yeah,
but New York is not really enough space for a theme park.
Yeah,
too crowded, unless they go to like upstate New York.
Yeah,
but then you got the snow. Anyway, we got one in California for now. Let's go ahead to our next topic.
Yeah.
Go ahead, let them know.
Yes, the Capcom Spotlight event. Tune in on March 9th, which I believe is next Friday, for news on Resident Evil 4 Exo Primal, that game that everybody thought was Dino Crisis Remake, Monster Hunter Rise, Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, and Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Pre-show is going to be at 2:10 p.m. Pacific time, and the main show is going to be at 2:30. Now, I would say the main reason why you'd want to tune into this is basically for Resident Evil 4 Remake. I mean, come on. Who are we kidding here? Nobody cares about these other games. No, the other games are great. But Resident Evil 4, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to show some more B-roll footage of gameplay. But the main thing that they're probably going to announce on March 9th is the demo for Resident Evil 4, which I am highly looking forward to. And if you've even touched Resident Evil 4 sometime in your life, you're going to want to play this demo. Stay tuned.
They have a link here to the Twitch TV where they're going to be streaming it. I left that link in the description, so if you go in the description of this video, you'll see the link for that. But I also see on the video here that they show YouTube, so I guess they're going to be streaming it on YouTube as well.
Yeah, of course.
You're going to find it there. I don't have a link to that, but I think it's a little bit easier to find it on YouTube than on Twitch. So the link is there for Twitch and YouTube. Probably just type in Capcom Spotlight on that day, and it'll pop up.
I'm surprised they didn't mention Street Fighter 6.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty big one. Yeah, that was one of the few games people were excited about during the State of Play.
Yeah, especially from Capcom.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Next topic. All right, this is an interesting one. 50 Cent teases a possible role in the upcoming GTA.
Oh, man, Mr. $50 himself.
Not necessarily. He doesn't tease a possible role. He just teases something. Go down a little bit. This is the tweet exactly. He tweeted something and he posted the same thing on Instagram. So this is what he said. Go scroll down just a little bit more. Apparently this is the image he posted. He just posted something that says Vice City, which is from the GTA series. And then go ahead, scroll back up. Then the caption was this: I will explain this later. Greenlight gang. I don't know what that is.
That means go, baby, go.
This niche bigger than power. Trust me. Boom. All right. So I don't know what happened because I was trying to find the tweets and also his Instagram post, and I couldn't find them. And a lot of these articles put links. I looked through a bunch of different articles that talked about this. They all left links to the tweet, and every time I clicked on it, it said is no longer available. So I don't know if he was just trolling people and then just deleted it, or if he announced it prematurely, because rappers have no idea what an embargo is. And as soon as something happens, they just start making videos and announcing things.
This is true.
Maybe he just they were just like, hey, Rockstar reached out to him like, we want to work on a game with you. And then he was like, okay, cool. I got big news coming. But they probably saw it like, hey, what are you doing, man? We just talked. Take that down. So anyway, it's not available anymore. But he got a whole bunch of people speculating. And by the way, the same thing happened with Dr. Dre when he sold Dre Beats to Apple.
Yeah.
And he had Tyrese over and all these rappers, and they went on live, and he's like, I'm the first rapper to be a billionaire. I just sold Dre Beats to Apple and stuff. Then Apple called him like, hey man, what the hell are you doing? This isn't supposed to be announced yet. And he almost lost the deal. He almost lost the multi-billion-dollar deal with Apple. They decided to just go ahead and close it. But he got in a lot of trouble for talking about this deal before it was finalized and everything went through. Anyway, the point is rappers don't know a lot of times how business works. It's hard to believe 50 doesn't know that, because 50 is a businessman.
He is.
He's done
Very
a lot of
successful businessman.
With power and stuff like that. Another thing is a lot of people speculating, he's going to be in the next GTA 6, because everybody's looking forward to GTA 6. He posted Vice City, which is GTA related. But how's that bigger than Power? He said, this is bigger than Power. Trust me. Power is his own produced TV show. It's financially a bigger deal to him. It's bigger deal to him because he could say, this is my thing. I produced the show. I wrote it. Whatever. I'm not sure how much of a part he played, but that's his show, versus having a character in a GTA game. I mean, it's cool, but it's not bigger than having your own very successful TV show. So to me, I think he has to be working on his own game like he did with, I think he has 3 of them. He had Get Rich, Die Trying. He had Blood in the Sand.
Blood in the Sand, yep.
And there was, what was the other one?
I don't know.
I was just looking it up. Anyway,
but, I mean,
he's had a few other games is the point.
I don't think it's his own game, though.
I mean, if he had a 50 Cent game produced by Rockstar, open world, whatever.
Yeah, what I'm saying, why would he post a picture of Vice City, though, if it was his own game?
He's probably not really into gaming. He's just like the guys who did GTA. He doesn't know it's Rockstar or Take-Two or...
Oh, no, he know. That's... Grand Theft Auto is synonymous with black culture. There's no way he don't know.
I know, but even so, people don't know it's produced by Rockstar. If I say who's the publisher, who's the game studio who does GTA, it could be people who only play GTA. They'll be like, I don't know. We know that because we're hosting Console Babble.
I would say that for the younger generation, but I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure 50 knows.
I Am Him said can't wait. Can't wait for what? Are you talking about 50 Cent's new game?
He was talking about the Capcom thing.
Oh, the Capcom. Yeah, okay. I thought you were saying he can't wait for 50's new game.
No. Nobody cares about that.
Apparently somebody does.
Who even play? Did any of y'all play any of 50 Cent's games? I know I didn't. Did you play them?
I never had a PS2.
You didn't play them. That's the short answer.
I never had a PS2. I did have a PS2 for like a week because I traded someone my iPod for a PlayStation 2. And then he had that game. He gave it to me. And I wasn't used to like controlling the camera at that time because I played a lot of Nintendo games where you just like tap Z to recenter the camera.
Yeah.
So it was like super confusing. I was like, I really wanted to play the game. I was excited to play it. But I couldn't figure out how to control the camera. And once I figured out that like PlayStation 2 games were like that, I told him I want my iPod back.
Oh, wow.
So technically I did have a PS2, but I only had it for like a few days. And then I traded it back for my iPod.
But that wasn't the question, though.
The answer is no. I did not. I played the game, but that's not.
Nobody asked you about a PlayStation 2.
I played the game, but I couldn't actually play it. But that doesn't mean that it was a bad game. That just means I didn't know how to play it. If you handed me any game where you have to control the camera, I wouldn't have been able to play it. So it's not a good review to go off of some guy who doesn't know the controls.
Hey. What's the next topic?
Anyway, keep an eye out for this. This just happened, by the way. Let me make sure this wasn't in February. I think when he tweeted this, it was like March 3rd. Go back up.
Oh, yeah, it said March 3rd.
Okay, this one actually did March 1st. There we go. Yeah,
that was on my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, man.
And by the way, my birthday was on March 1st.
Yeah.
Go ahead and send.
I was August 1st.
Send me gifts to our business email that we don't have.
Our P.O. box. Send it to our P.O. box. But yeah, this just happened 2 days ago. So 2 days ago he posted it. 2 days later, all evidence is gone other than these screenshots. So who knows? Maybe there'll be an announcement soon. A lot of people are expecting them to make an announcement soon anyway regarding GTA 6.
Yeah.
So I think either way we're going to hear something either from Rockstar or from 50. We'll see what happens. Or maybe he lost his deal. Maybe we'll never hear what happened with this. Maybe they're like, hey, look, man, you don't know how to do business. You shouldn't have announced that.
Maybe Rockstar will make some kind of announcement during E3. Or maybe they won't.
If they do, that'll be the biggest thing that happens at E3.
Yeah.
Nintendo's not there. Yeah. Sony's not there. Xbox not there. Ubisoft's they're gonna announce Just Dance 23 or whatever. It's gonna
be hashtag Rockstar won E3.
Yeah,
that's gonna be the hashtag.
Yeah.
If that happens.
Yeah, if they announce anything GTA related,
it
could just be the logo. That's what everyone's gonna be talking about.
Yeah, with some Vice City music in the background.
All right, now from this point forward, we're gonna do what we call rapid fire. So these are some topics that we don't really need to go in depth on. Just give you the title, and then you got the gist of it. PlayStation, LeBron James team up on limited edition. So there you go. You got a limited edition.
PlayStation 5 accessories. Now, just so y'all know, this ain't no PlayStation 5 as a console. It's just the plates. So you'll be able to get the plates and you can decorated with LeBron James.
Attach them.
Yeah, little logo stuff. And then
the controller.
But the controller is going to be the whole controller.
Of course, yeah, you got to buy the controller.
Yeah.
And this is perfect for those guys who just buy the yearly 2K games.
Yeah.
There you go. Get this one. This needs to be at your house.
Or if you're a basketball fan.
Yep.
Or if you're a LeBron James fan.
Look at that. LeBron James. You got the king, the crown.
I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like LeBron James, so they'll probably buy this and then smash it on YouTube to get views or something.
Nah. Waste of money, but all right.
Hey, people do it.
To each his own. I know they do it. I've seen it. There you go.
Nothing is given.
This one looks pretty cool.
Everything is earned.
I would get it if I was a LeBron fan or a basketball fan. All right, go ahead. Next one. No.
What is that?
Why'd you scroll? All right, keep going. Keep going. Oh, man. All right.
Hey. we don't need all of this anyway. We already know what this is.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, there's a frequently asked questions.
Yeah.
One of the questions is hold on. Game connected to the previous films. Hold on. Xbox Live. Oh, go back up just a little bit. There we go. Is an internet connection required to play Suicide Squad? Yes, an internet connection is required to play Suicide Squad solo or online. So you can play this whole game solo, but it's designed to be played as a 4-player co-op. You can play 1, 2, 3, or 4. So they're asking, I guess it's a frequently asked question, what if you're just playing the solo? Do you still need to be online? So no matter what, to play this game, you got to be online.
You got to have an internet connection. And if you don't, or it's not reliable, or you can't afford that bill every month, don't get this game.
Yeah, this ain't for you. If you're worried about the online part of it, and if you have to have PlayStation Plus, you do have to have PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live to play the co-op part of it. But if you're just going to play the solo, then you don't need PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live. All right, go ahead. Next one.
Oh, man. If you still have a PlayStation 3,
make sure you update it.
There is an update that was just released for the PlayStation 3 on February 28th out of nowhere. I wish we could see when the last update was before this one, because that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they got a team somewhere who's still making sure that thing is running absolutely smooth.
Yeah. Apparently this is supposed to be an update for improved usability and enhanced security. I don't know why you would need that right now on a PlayStation 3, but hey, there it is.
Usability. Okay. This is 4.9, by the way. So the PlayStation 3 came out in 2006, and in 2023, they are on software version 4.9. So it seems like they never got that many updates.
Yeah.
But they're still getting them at this.
Should probably look for the big 5.0.
Yeah.
update.
that was one of my favorite interfaces, though.
Yeah.
That cross menu.
Yeah, that was the first console to start the cross media bar. The XMB, as they call it for short. Yeah, it took me a long time to figure out what that XMB meant.
Yep. All right, let's go to the next one. Resident Evil 5.
All right, this update is for PC only.
Steam.
It says here that there are removed games for Windows Live support. So it no longer will be supported by Windows Live. It will now support local split screen co-op, a feature that was on day and date release for the consoles. So I thought that was interesting. And some other minor bug fixes. But yeah, so if you have Resident Evil 5 on PC or you're planning to get it, this is an update for you guys. And if you have a friend that wants to play co-op with you on your PC, you'll now be able to do so.
All right, last topic. This is an update. So last week we talked about The Last of Us and how there was a little, what do you call it? I guess a filming error or something they overlooked. Yeah. You could see some of the camera crew. Yeah, the camera crew in one of the shots. Apparently there was also some guy petting the horse while they were filming, and you could see his glove. So they fixed both of those now. So they went in, they updated, and I said they would do this. I said it's pretty easy. It's basically like YouTube, when you upload a video to HBO. Of course, we can't upload videos, but Naughty Dog or whoever the company is, they uploaded this episode. This guy noticed, hey, what's all these people on the bridge? They went and had some guy erase those guys and then re-upload the new footage. And whoever was petting this horse while they were filming, how did the crew not notice the guy was there petting the horse?
I don't know. But it couldn't have been that serious because we didn't even notice it.
I didn't notice it, yeah.
Who noticed another glove on the horse?
And if I did see the glove that doesn't break the story for me. I would just think, oh, this is one of the guys on the, one of the guys who works
at the ranch,
stable.
Stable.
Yeah, who's like feeding the horse and he's petting the horse while Ellie's petting it. Big deal. Anyway, maybe the wide shot was just because in that scene it was just Ellie, Tommy, and Joel.
Yeah.
So maybe no. This was in the beginning when she meets Shimmer. That's when she's getting the tour. So it's Ellie, Maria, Tommy, and Joel. But there's a whole bunch of people. I'm pretty sure when they panned out, it would have made sense. Like I could have just said, oh, that's somebody else. Anyway, they fixed it. So if it bothered you, it's gone. If you liked it, it's gone.
Yeah.
You're going to miss that glove. All right, we got, I want to give you guys a little sneak peek. I'm going to be working on another video. Javon, can you grab that? over there. Dad noises. Yeah, so Dead Space came out a little while ago now. If you guys are into that, then you probably already got it by now. But the collector's edition took a little while to ship out, and I finally got right there the collector's edition. What?
I gotta step away for a second.
I'll grab it. Yeah, I finally got that. Let me just grab that real quick. There we are. Let me I'll hold this up. This is my first time looking at it, actually. All right, so it says Dead Space Collector's Edition. Isaac's helmet is in here. That's why it's so big. So I think for a little while, instead of having this Mass Effect helmet, we're gonna have something a little more recent. We'll have this Dead Space helmet here. We got the lithograph folio. We got a steel book. We got the marker statues. If you played the game, you know what the marker is. And we got a nice cool one. I think it's made out of metal, as far as I know. I haven't opened this thing yet. A patch. I guess you could iron it onto some clothing or a book bag or something. Enamel pin. You also have a pin. And 4 mini posters. So throughout the game, you got like these safety posters. Looks like these corporate, like fire safety, teamwork is good. Stuff like that. So you get a couple of those, and you get the soundtrack in a CD. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Probably just set it up somewhere because I don't have a CD player, but you'll get that. There you go. This is what it looks like. This is what the box looks like. It's the back of it. So I'll be posting a video showing all the contents of this box, so keep an eye out for that. You want to see what the front of it looks like on the stream. Wait for it to catch back up. There we go. Let me put this back away. All right, Javon is gone, man. That's it. He left. I guess I got to wrap this thing up by myself. All right, that's all for this episode. Thank you guys for joining me. Really appreciate it. For those of you who tuned in live, thank you, I Am Him. Thank you, H or Daoud. Spicy Curry, Golden Kid, Dousef, I Am Him, and Brian, if you're still with us. Appreciate it, man. And for those of you watching the recording, thank you too, especially if you got to this part. If you get to the part where I say thank you, then thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Javon's not here to say it, so subscribe, share, like. Oh yeah, if you guys are here, press the like button real quick before y'all dip out. Just press the like button. That'll help this thing get out to more people. And as usual, I'll see you next week. Same time. Well, maybe not the same time, but same channel. Peace.